Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 15th of March 2019. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm using the Game of Thrones tarot to look at what the energy is all about. So I'm going to shuffle the cards a few times, and while I do that, I set the intention to discover what the energy of Friday the 15th is about, and the tarot then works with me. These readings are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. So if you like the videos, please share them online. Let's have a look at what today is about and what you'll be working with. So we've got Judgment. We've got the Two of Coins and the Two of Swords. All right. Judgment is a card that is about rebirth and really coming back to life. It's usually an angel blowing a big trumpet and people listening to that trumpet and standing up and coming back to life. So there's some sort of internal calling that you're going to hear. It's not about judgment. It's not about saying you've been bad, you've been a naughty boy, you've been a naughty girl. It's about really following your true purpose and being judged in the sense of, are you on track with your life or not? Are you doing what you're meant to be doing? And a lot of times that comes across as very painful because we don't come out of the womb with a little manual in our hand saying, this is the way you're meant to live your life. So we all just do what we think is best. And, we all kind of play by the rules. If we're born into a butcher family, then we become a butcher because that's the expectation of the family. If that is totally against our own aptitudes and talents that the universe has given us, then it seems kind of unfair that we're being judged for following the social rules and putting our own life purpose aside when we're just doing the best we can to keep other people happy. So the Judgment card is that. It's like an astrology, like a Saturn return. When Saturn, the head teacher, says, this is what you're meant to do with your life, and this is where you are now. And if the two aren't compatible with each other, then Saturn tends to kind of implode your life for you. It happens every 28 to 29 and a half years. So it doesn't happen very often, and that's why people are often very scared of Saturn return. It's not a bad thing, though. It's about really realizing that you're not here to please other people. You're not here to fulfill the wishes of your granny or your mother or your father or your uncle or your aunt. You're here to live your own life. You're here to individuate and to rise up and to live your life the way you want to live it. And that really supersedes or influences the everydayness of life. The Two of Coins is juggling things, juggling the endless problems that you face in life. It's funny, if you ever watched Downton Abbey, there was a character in that show, the Dowager Duchess or something, the older lady played by Maggie Smith, I think. Yes. And she said that life is just a series of problems. You deal with one problem and then another problem comes along and then another problem comes along until eventually you die. And it was really funny because she said it in such a blunt or negative kind of way. And you can look at life that way, but within those problems, we also have the potential to experience love and joy and the birth of a child or marriage or success in work and fulfillment and helping others and healing others and feeling really proud of that. So at the center of this reading is the everydayness of life. You can juggle it, you can handle it, you can handle your circumstances, whatever people are throwing at you. If suddenly in your building there's a lot of construction going on that you weren't notified about, you'll keep your cool, you can handle that. If at work they suddenly throw a pile of folders onto your desk and say, here you go, you work with that, and we expect you to do overtime tonight, and you've had no notice. It's a problem, but you can deal with it. Here it says a Lannister always pays his debts. So whatever the circumstances are, I'm always good for it. I will always come through, and I'm reliable, and you can count on me. And if I make a promise, I keep that promise. So you're diligent, you're hardworking, you take what comes your way with an aura of calm and serenity, and you are able to transcend any problems that come your way. And you're really, really in a good place physically at the moment. Physically and work-wise, and in terms of your life. You're really handling things exceptionally well, the ups and downs of life that we always have. You're totally in control of that because the card is in the middle, and these two seem to be influencing this middle card. Now, finally, we have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is a blind woman, Arya here, who really is just protecting herself. She knows that there are enemies all around, and she's just trying to protect herself from unseen forces that are out to get her. And she has to use her other senses. She has to use her intuitive sense. She has to use her hearing. She has to use her spiritual sense, her guidance. She has to listen to her higher self to really discover what's going on, because she can't actually see what's coming. She feels threatened though. She feels like she needs to protect herself, but she does have hope for the future that things will and can get better for her. So we've got the physical world here. We've got circumstances in the center of the reading. Here we've got a card saying, come back to life, do what you're really meant to do. So change the circumstances within someone. Going back to that example, if you're working in an office and someone throws a bunch of files on your desk that you have to work through, despite the ups and downs that you face in life today, don't just handle that. You're very capable of handling things. You're very, very on top of things at the moment. So that's a good thing in itself, that you're resilient and that you have the stamina to really deal with everything that's going on, because sometimes we become overwhelmed with things, we just can't handle them. But what you're being asked to do today is go beyond your actual physical circumstances and listen to your inner voice that's saying, hey, actually, you're meant to be doing this. This is what you're naturally good at. Remember that since you were 5 years old, you've always had a dream of doing A, B, or C. Remember that you've always wanted to be a spiritual healer, or remember that you've always wanted your own business, or remember that you always wanted to have a large family. And here we have the Two of Swords, which is about thinking in a kind of defensive way. And again, two being a relationship with the real world. So you're able to think about what's going on and to translate your thoughts into practical circumstances. But then we have this huge body of water and this earth here behind Arya. And what that means is that you're very much in touch with your feelings today and your higher self. So the veil between the worlds is thinner today. So it's a great day to have a personal reading. It's a great day to meditate. It's a great day to tune into your inner guidance, to connect with your higher self, to connect with your inner child. Just imagine your inner child, 5 years old. What's your inner child look like? Is it romping around and frolicking through the meadows inside of you? Or is it sitting in a corner with its head in its hands crying because it's just so unhappy doing what it's doing? And you really have access to that inner world today. And because Arya is blind here to the physical world, you start to use your second sight, and you start to look beyond the physical world, and you're able, and logic and reason, and you're able to look into the spiritual world of emotion and higher purpose, life purpose, spirituality, past lifetimes. Also, if you're interested in that, just as a, in brackets, kind of addition to this, if you want to do a past life regression today to really go back and discover where you've been and what you've experienced and what you've done, I can give you that info in a reading, but also you can go on YouTube and simply do one of the guided past life meditations, or you can do the one on my website, or you can see a professional hypnotherapist. It really doesn't matter. It's all the same. You get counted down from 10 to 1 so that you stop being in your conscious brain waves, alpha, and you go down to, I think it's delta or theta. And that allows you to access the subconscious mind. And you can really access things within yourself today that are usually blocked by the physical realm. So picking up on past lifetimes is really important because you are on a spiritual journey and you never lose what you've experienced and achieved in a past lifetime. It doesn't work that way. It always comes in with you. And today you're being asked, like I said, to fulfill yourself and to self-actualize and to rise above your existing circumstances and to use your second sight to look beyond what is in the here and now and to start looking at what could be and how you could be and how you could shape your world and your life. Because ultimately, the world is an illusion. And we can make the world whatever we want it to be. The way you look at the world is the way the world is going to look back at you. If you look into the abyss long enough, the abyss looks back into you. It's a quote by someone. I'm not sure who it is. But they've also proven scientifically that when an object is regarded, like if you look at a glass, in scientific terms, the actual particles of that glass change because it's being looked at, it's being regarded. So we don't live just in a physical world, we live in a world that is really down to us, and we're the creators of that world. So number-wise, we've got 20, and 2 is 22, and another 2 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. And 6 is about creating your own opportunities. So a doorway opens for you today, which allows you to look into the other realms and to access your imagination, your intuition, your higher self, to make a connection with the universe, the creator, God, even if you're looking to connect with something bigger than yourself, something more meaningful. It's a great day to try out a new meditation practice or to find a way that connects you with something bigger or that makes you feel connected. So it's all the spiritual, unmanifest stuff that's really very, very accessible to you today. And you're able to meet your physical, financial responsibilities as well. But you're being asked to go beyond that and to really discover who you are and to look to the future and say, actually, I'm not just here in the world to deal with one problem after another until I die. I'm actually here in this world because I have a purpose and I want to add some value to the world, or I want to be remembered for doing something great, or I want to nurture and take care of other people, and that is my purpose. So have a wonderful day. I hope it's very enlightening for you and that you get some useful information. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. And in my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. And I can really answer any questions you may have. What your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in love and money and career, and also how you can change that destiny and what you can do about love and career and your fortunes, and what energies are kind of aligning over the next couple of months and years, and how they influence you, and how certain areas of your life are really lucky and they're very easy for you. So let's say love or bureaucracy over the next couple of months is super, super easy. Then you can use that energy and devote yourself to things involving that kind of stuff. Or I can also look at things where things aren't so easy and where you're being challenged a little bit. And that's really useful, because then you know that there's a reason for the fact that, for instance, you're going to the gym 3 hours, but you're not dropping a pound. Because astrology is one of the influences that influences everything that happens to us here on planet Earth. And that's why it's important to look at the energy, because we can use it to our advantage, and then we don't have to bang our head against the wall in an area where things are just closed for the day. And we can use the other energies that are really to our advantage. So today, instead of, looking at money and business, it's much easier for you to discover what you want to achieve in money and business, and to really go within yourself and to discover. So it's a day of understanding and discovering, exploring, and gaining deep and meaningful knowledge within yourself. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Please remember to subscribe to this channel if you like my videos. I do these daily tarot readings and weekly horoscopes for all signs of the zodiac, and I do monthly horoscopes and yearly horoscopes for each specific sign of the zodiac. So check those out if you haven't watched those already. Please share the video online as well, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.